Miss Van Dam, Mr. Van Dam, Peter. There were too many green police on the streets. We had to take the long way around.
And?
My wife Edith, Mr. and Mrs. Van Dam. Their son Peter, my daughters Margot and Anne.
I'm sorry there's still so much confusion.
Please, don't think of it. We have plenty of leisure to arrange everything ourselves.
We forgot the stores of produce in here. Your drugs are here. So good in here.
Thank you, Nick.
And we got the bread, the way Mr. Friend and Mrs. Pryor said. Forgive me, I had to hurry. I've got to go to the other side of the town to get some ration books for you.
Ration books? If they see our names on ration books, they'll know we're here.
Don't worry, your names won't bend and work neither.
Thank you, Mia.
It's illegal then? The ration books? We've never done anything illegal.
We won't be living here exactly according to regulations.
This isn't the black market, Mrs. Frank. This is what we call the white market, helping off the hundreds and hundreds hiding out in Amsterdam. It's the laboratory. I must go now. I must be out of here and downstairs in the office before the workmen arrive. Mira and both of us will be up each day to bring you food and news and find out what your needs are. Tomorrow I'll get you a better bolt for the door at the foot of the stairs. It needs a bolt that you can throw yourself and open only at our signal. Oh, you'll tell them about the noise?
I'll tell them.
Goodbye for the moment. I'll come up later after the workman leaves. How can we ever thank you? I never thought I'd live to see the day when a man like Mr. Frank would have to go into hiding. When you think... What did she mean about the noise?
First, let us take off some of these clothes. It's a wonder we weren't arrested walking on the streets. Petronella on a tour in July. And that cat of Peter's crying all the way.
A cat? Anne, please! It's all right, but I've got on 3 more.
Now, about the noise. While the men are in the building below, we must have complete quiet. Every sound can be heard down there, not only in the workrooms, but in the offices too. The men arrive at about 8:30. They leave at about 5:30. So to be perfectly safe, from 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening, we must move about only when it is necessary, and thin in stocking feet. We cannot speak above a whisper. We cannot run any water. We cannot use the sink, or even, forgive me, the WC. Pipes go down through the workrooms, or would be heard. No trash. No trash must ever be thrown out which might reveal that anyone is living here. Not even a potato kernel. We must burn everything in the stove at night. This is the way we must live until it is over, if we are to survive.
Until it is over.
After 6, we can move about. We can talk and laugh, just like we would at home. And now, I think it would be wise if we were all in our rooms and settled before 8 o'clock. Mrs. Van Dam, you and your husband will be upstairs. Our breakfast will be a place up there for Peter, but he will be here near us. This will be our common room, where we can eat, talk, and eat. Where do you and Miss Frank sleep? This room is also our bedroom.
That isn't right. We'll sleep here. You take the room upstairs.
No, please. I thought this out for weeks. This is the best arrangement, the only arrangement.
Never, never can we thank you. I don't know what would have happened to us if it hadn't been for Mr. Frank.
You don't know how your husband helped me when I first came to this country. Knowing no one, not able to speak the language, I could never repay him for that. Can I help you with your things?
No.
Come along, Lika.
Will you be all right, Peter, if you're not afraid?
Please, Mother. You too must have some rest, Edith. You didn't close your eyes last night. Nor you, Margot.
Well, I slept, Father. Isn't that funny? Well, I knew it was last night in my bed, and yet I slept soundly.
I'm glad, Anne. You'll be able to help me straighten things in here. Come along. You and Mother can rest in this room for the time being.
You're sure? I could help. Anne hasn't had her milk.
I'll give it to her. Anne, Peter, it's best that you take off your shoes now before you forget.
You sure you're not tired, Anne?
I feel fine, Mother. I'm going to help Bob.
Peter, I'm glad you're going to be with us.
Yes, Mrs. Frank.
What's your cat's name?
Mushy.
I love cats. I have a daughter once, but they made me leave her behind. I left the food note for the neighbors to care for her. But I miss her terribly. What's yours and her?
He's a Tom. He doesn't like strangers.
Then I'll have to stop being a stranger, won't I? Is he fixed?
Huh?
Did you have him fixed?
No.
Oh, you ought to get him fixed. To keep him from... well, you know... fighting. What school did you go to?
George Secondary.
But that's remarkable long ago. Well, how come I never saw you around?
I used to see you. Sometimes.
You did?
In the schoolyard. We're always sitting up with a bunch of kids.
Well, how come you didn't ever come over?
I'm sort of a lone wolf.
What are you doing?
Taking it off.
But you can't do that. Well, that's what we got without you saw.
Who is going out?
Oh, well, of course you are. Of course we don't need him anymore. I wonder what they'll think when we don't show up today.
I didn't have any dates with anyone.
Oh, I did. I came with Joe to go and play ping pong at her house. Do you know Joe Pickleball?
No.
Joe is my best friend. I wonder what she'll think when she tells us when there's no answer. Probably she'll go over to the house. I wonder what she'll think. We left everything as if we've been suddenly called away. Breakfast dishes in the sink, bed's not made. But look, it's still there. What are you going to do with yours?
Burn it.
Funny. I can't throw mine away. I don't know why.
You can't throw something they branded you with that they made you wear so they can spill on you.
I know. But it's the Star of David, isn't it?
Maybe it's different for a girl. Forgive me, Peter. Help me see. We must find a bed for your cat. I'm glad you brought your cat. Anne was feeling so badly about hers. Here, will you be comfortable in that? Thanks. And here's your room. Or room. You can't go an inch. Not at all. You'll have to sleep with your feet hanging out of the skylight. Are you hungry? No. We have some bread and butter. No, thank you. We can have it for lunch then. And tonight we'll have our first supper. Our first supper together. Thanks. Thanks. That's a nice boy, Peter.
Awful shy, isn't he?
You'll like him, I know.
I certainly hope so. Considering he's the only boy I'm going to see for months and months.
Anima, there's a box there. Who will open it?
You know the way I'm going to think of it here? Well, I'm going to think of it as a boarding house. A very peculiar summer boarding house. You know, like the one that we... Father! My roommate says! I was wondering where they were. I was looking for them this morning. I couldn't believe it. How wonderful!
There's something more. Go on, look further.
A diary! I've never had a diary. I've always longed for one. Pencil. I'm going to go down to the office to get a pencil.
Anne, no!
But there's no one in the building now.
It doesn't matter. I don't want you to ever go beyond that door.
Never? Not even at nighttime when everyone's gone? Or on Sundays? Can I go down and listen to the radio?
Never. I'm sorry, Annika. It just isn't safe. No, you must never go beyond that door.
I see.
It'll be hard. I know. But always remember this. There are no walls, no bolts, no locks that anyone can put on your mind. People bring us books. We read history, poetry, mythology. In fact, between you and me, Anne, living here has certain advantages for you. For instance, remember the battle you had the other day with your mother on the subject of overshoes? You said you'd rather die than wear overshoes? But in the end, you had to wear them, didn't you? Well, for as long as you're here, we'll never have to wear overshoes. Isn't that good? And the coat you inherited from Margot, you won't ever have to wear that. And the piano, you won't have to practice on the piano. I tell you, this is going to be a fine life for you.
I thought we'd better get some water for Mushy before.
Of course.
Fortunately, no. Would you like some water? Can you just sit here? No, really, you don't have to. But I'd like to. Very much, really. I'd rather you didn't. Good night, then. You'll be all right? There's nothing that you want? Could you please ask Father to come? Of course. She's asking for you.
I'm sure.
It doesn't matter. I think you're glad that she at least goes to you when she needs comfort. Go to her, Anna. She's totally hysterical. Go to her. She doesn't want me there. She pulled away when I leaned down to kiss her. It's a thing. Give her, Father. Well, most girls go through it. They turn to their fathers at the sea. They give all their love to their father. You weren't like this. You didn't shut me out. She'll be with me. Oh, Kim, I knew they came together. The great police, they broke down the door and started to drag me out.
You want me to leave you for a while?
No. Can you just sit with me a minute? Was that awful? Did I yell terribly loud? Do you think anyone else thought I could have heard?
No. Wi-Fi. Try to sleep.
Oh, I'm a terrible coward. I'm so disappointed in myself. I think I've conquered my fear. I think I've really grown up. And then something happens. I'm running to you like a baby. I love you, Father. I don't love anyone but you.
Arnold.
Well, it's true. I've been thinking about it for a long time. You're the only
you love your mother as well. She needs your help so much now, with love.
We have nothing in common. She doesn't understand me. Every time I try to explain my views on life to her, she asks me if I'm constipated.
You hurt her very much just now. She's crying. She's in there crying.
Well, I can't help it. Why I told the truth? I didn't want her here. Oh, I was awful, wasn't I? But the worst of it is, I can stand back and watch myself doing it and know it's cruel. And yet, I can't stop doing it. Oh, Father, tell me what's wrong with me. Don't just say it's a thing, help me.
There's so little we parents can do to help our children. Point the way. Set a good example. Rest you must do yourself. You must build your own character.
I'm trying. Really, I am. Every night, before I go to bed, I think over all the things I did that day that were wrong. Like the wet mop in Mr. Van Dan's bed, and this thing now with Mother. And I say to myself, that was wrong. And I make up my mind. I'm never going to do that again. Never. Of course, I may do something worse, but I'll never do that again. I have a nicer side, Father. A sweeter, nicer side. But I'm scared to show it. I'm afraid people will laugh at me if I'm serious. So the mean end comes to the outside, and the good end stays on the inside. I keep on trying to switch them around, and have the good end on the outside, and the mean end on the inside, and do what I like to do. And I think only... Oh, yours, Mr. Van Dam, is really something. Something you want more than anything. Go ahead, look. Look, there's cigarettes.
Cigarettes?
2 of them. Kim found still peg tobacco in the pocket lining of his coat, and we made them. Or rather, Kim did.
Let me see. Well, look at that. I'll wait it for you, Cody.
It's tobacco. Really, it is. Well, there's a little fluff in it, but not much.
It works.
Look at him.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Her mother. Hanukkah greeting. Here's an IOU I promised to pay. 10 hours of doing whatever he said. Signed, Anne Kern.
10 hours of doing what you're told? Anything you're told?
That's right.
You wouldn't want to sell that for this friend?
Never. This is the most precious gift I've ever had. Her pin.
Annika, I wasn't supposed to have a present.
It's a muffler. To put around your neck like an outside remote. Well, I made it myself out of odds and ends. I need it each night in the dark after I've gone to bed. I'm afraid it looks a little better in the dark.
It's fine. It fits me perfectly. Thank you, Annika.
This is for Lucy.
On behalf of Richie, I thank you.
And this is for you. From Mrs. Quackpot. Well, go ahead, open it. Are you going to open it?
I'm scared to. I know something's going to jump out of it.
It's nothing like that, really.
What is it, Peter? Go on, show it.
It's a safety razor.
You didn't make that out of odds and ends.
He got it for me. It's not new, it's secondhand. But you really do need a razor now.
For what?
Look right up the lip. You can see the beginnings of a mustache.
He wants to get rid of that? Just put a little milk on it, let the cat lick it off. Think you're funny, don't you? Look, you can't wait. He's going to try it. I'm going to Mushi's place. Mushi.
The song, Father? Look how the song, the song's the whole thing. Oh, Hanukkah, the sweet.
I'm afraid we shouldn't sing that song tonight, Anne. It's a song of jubilation. What has that become too enthusiastic?
Oh, please, Father, promise not to shout.
Very well, but quietly now. I'll keep my eye on you. And when you get to...
What I'm doing is I'm turning that catty or food. That's not true. I leave the bones and scraps. Don't tell me he gets fatter every day. That damn cat looks better than any of us. Out he goes tonight. No!
Mr. Van Dam! You cannot do that. That's Peter's cat. Peter loves that cat. And
If he goes, I go. Yes, go.
You're not going, and the cat's not going. Now, please. This is Hanukkah. This is a time to celebrate. What's the matter with all of you? Come on, Anne. Let's have the song.
oh, Hanukkah, the sweet
First, I think
celebration.
we should blow out these candles.
But Father, you're supposed to let it burn itself out.
I'm sure that God understands shortages. Praise be thou, O Lord our God, who in thy infinite mercy has sustained us and permitted us to celebrate this joyous festival.
Do you hear anything?
No, I think they're gone.
It's the Green Police! They found us!
If they had, they'd be up here right now.
I know it's the Green Police. They've gone to get help. That's all. They'll be back.
Or maybe an Gestapo looking for papers.
Or a thief looking for money.
We've got to do something. Quick, before they come back.
There's nothing to do. Just wait.
I'm going down.
Don't go, Father. There may be someone waiting. It may be a trap.
This is Saturday. There's no way for us to find out what has happened until Monday when Meep and Mrs. Crayler arrive. We cannot live with this uncertainty.
Don't come, Father.
Hush, darling, hush. Margot, stay close to me.
Honey, where's our money? Get our money. I hear you can buy the Green Police off. So much ahead. Quick, go upstairs. Get our money.
Keep still.
Do you want to be dragged off to a concentration camp? Are you going to just stand there and wait for them to come and get you? Do something, I
down to the mountains. From when cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord who made heaven and earth.
It was a thief. That noise must have scared him away.
Thank God.
He took the cash box and the radio. The danger is past. Don't look so terrified, Anne.
Who says the danger is past? Don't you realize we're in greater danger than ever?
Margot, will you be still?
Thanks to this clumsy fool, someone now knows we're up here. Someone now knows we're up here hiding.
Someone knows we're here yet. But who is this someone? A thief! A thief! You would think a thief is going to go to the Green Police and say, I was robbing a place the other night, and I heard a noise up over my head. You think a thief is going to do that?
Yes, I think he will.
You're crazy!
I think someday he'll be caught, and then he'll make a bargain with the Green Police. If they let him off, they'll tell him where some Jews are hiding.
She's right.
Father, please, let's go. We can't stay here anymore.
Go where?
Yes, where?
Have we lost all faith? All courage? A moment ago, we thought they'd come for us. We thought it was the end. But it wasn't the end. We're alive, safe. Come on, Anne, the song. Let's have the song.
Oh, Hanukkah, the sweet celebration. Around the feast we gather in complete jubilation. Happiest of seasons, now it is here. Many are the reasons for good cheer. Together, we'll weather whatever tomorrow may bring. So hear us rejoicing and merrily voicing the Hanukkah song that we sing. So hear us rejoicing and merrily voicing the Hanukkah song that we sing.
Are you sure you won't have some tea, Mrs. Crowell? I'd better not.
You're still feeling badly? What does your doctor say?
I haven't been to him. Now, Mrs. Crowell, oh, I tried, but you can't get near a doctor these days. They're so busy. After weeks, I finally managed to get one on the telephone. I told him I'd like an appointment. I wasn't feeling very well. You know what he answers over the telephone? Stick out your tongue. I have some contracts here. If you look them over with me.
Of course.
If we could go downstairs. Will you forgive us? I won't keep him but a minute.
What's happened? Something has happened, hasn't it, Mrs. Crowell?
No, really. I want your father's advice.
Things going wrong, I know it.
If it's something that concerns all of us here, it's better that we all hear it.
But the children.
Whatever they'd imagine would be worse than any reality.
It's a man in the storeroom. I don't know whether or not you remember him. Carl, about 50, heavy-set, nearsighted. He came with us just before you left.
From Utrecht?
That's the man. A couple of weeks ago, when I was in the storeroom, he closed the door and asked me, how is Mr. Frank? What do you hear from Mr. Frank? I told him I knew there was a rumor that you were in Switzerland. He said he'd heard that rumor too, but he thought I might know something more. I didn't pay any attention to it, but then a thing happened yesterday. He brought some invoices to the office for me to sign. As I was going through them, I looked up. He was standing staring at the bookcase, your bookcase. Then he told me he wanted more money, 20 guilders more a week.
Blackmail! 20 guilders? Very modest blackmail.
That's just the beginning.
You know what I think? I think he was the thief who was down there that night. That's how he knows we're here.
How was it left? What did you tell him?
I told him I had to think about it. What should I do? Pay him the money? Take a chance on firing him or what? I don't know.
For God's sake, don't fire him. Pay him what he asks. Keep him here where you can have your eye on him.
Is it so much that he's asking? What are they paying nowadays?
He could get it in a war plan, but this isn't a war plan. Mind you, I don't know if he knows or if he doesn't know.
Offer him half. We'll soon find out if it's blackmail or not.
And if it is, we've got to pay it, haven't we? Anything he asks, we've got to pay.
Let's decide that when the time comes.
This may be all my imagination, but you get to a point these days when you suspect everyone and everything. Again and again, on some simple look or word, I found myself.
There's a telephone! What is that? There's a telephone ringing on a holiday!
That's my sister. I told her I had to go over some papers in the office to call me there when she got out of church. I'll offer him half then. Goodbye. We'll hope for the best.
Thank you for this. Fall off the table. I tell you, it's just a question of time now.
I wish the end would come, whatever it is. Margot! Well, at least we know where we were. You should be ashamed of yourself talking that way. Think how lucky we are. Think of the people dying in the war. Think of the people in concentration camps.
That's ridiculous. What is the good of thinking of misery when you're already miserable? And just stupid. We're young. Margot, Peter, and I. Well, you girls have already had your chance. But we're just starting. If we can think of all the harm in the world, we're lost. It's not our fault the world is such a mess. We weren't around when it all started. So don't try to take it out on us.
She talks as if we started the war. Did we start the war? Oh, you're fine just now. You know just how to talk to them. You know just how to say it. I know good. I never did, especially when I'm mad. My father, when he said about Gucci, someone eating him, well, all I can think is, I want to kill him. I want to give him such a... That's what I used to do when there was no argument at school. But here, an old man like that, well, wouldn't be so good.
You're making a big mistake about me. I do it all wrong. I say too much, I go too far. I hurt people's feelings.
I think you're just fine. What I mean to say is, it's what you're doing around here. I don't know. What I mean is...
Do you mean it, Peter? Do you really mean it?
I said it, didn't I?
Thank you, Peter.
You got quite a collection.
Would you like some of your room? I could give you some. Heaven knows we spent our time in there. Doing heaven knows what.
It's easier. A fight starts or something, I can just about get there.
You're lucky having room you're going to go to. I hardly ever get a minute alone. When they start on me, I can't duck away. Gotta stand there and take it.
You gave me something back just now.
I just get so mad. They've already formed their opinions about everything. But, well, we're just starting. I know. It just doesn't seem right.
At least you got somebody to talk to.
Not really. Mother, I never discussed anything serious with her. She doesn't understand. Father's all right. We can talk about everything. Everything but one thing. Mother. You simply won't talk about her. I don't think you can be really intimate with someone if you hold something back. Do you?
I think your father's fine.
Oh, he is. He's the only one who's ever given me the feeling I have any sense at all. But nothing can take the place of school and play and friends your own age. Or near your own age. Can it?
I guess you miss your friends and all.
This is just... It's funny. You and I, we've spent every minute with each other for the past year and a half. And this is the first time we've ever really talked. It helps a lot to have someone to talk to. Helps to let off some steam.
Well, anytime you let out some steam, come to my room.
Why do you get up an awful lot of steam? You've got to be careful how you say that.
It's all right with me.
Do you need it, Peter? Do you really need it?
I said it, didn't I? Don't worry about doesn't bother me.
Suppose you can't really blame them. They think back to what it was like when they were young. They didn't realize how much more advanced we are. When you think of the wonderful discussions we had. Oh, I forgot I was going to bring you some more pictures.
This is fine, thanks.
You know, I remember when I got that. I won it. I bet Jopi I could eat 5 ice cream cones. We'd all been playing ping pong. We used to have heavenly times. We'd finish off it with ice cream at the Adelphi of the Oasis where Jews were allowed. There'd always be a lot of boys. We'd laugh and talk. I'd like to go back to it for a few days or a week. Oh, but after that, I know I'd be bored to death. I think more seriously about life now. I want to be a journalist or something. I love to write. What do you want to do?
Well, I thought I might go off somewhere. You know, work on a farm or something. A job that doesn't take too much brains.
You shouldn't talk like that. You've got the most awful inferiority complex.
Oh, I know I'm not smart.
Well, that's not true. You're better than I am at dozens of things. Algebra and arithmetic and... well, you're millions of times better than I am at algebra. You like Margot, don't you? Right from the start, you liked her. Liked her much better than me.
I don't know.
It's all right. Everyone feels that way. Margot's so good. She's sweet and bright and beautiful. I'm not.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, no, I know it quite well. I'm no beauty. I never have been, I never shall be.
I don't agree at all. I think you're pretty.
That's not true.
And another thing, you've changed. From at first, I mean.
I have?
I used to think you were awful noisy.
And what do you think now, Peter? How have I changed?
Well, you're quieter.
I'm glad you don't just hate me.
I never said that.
That when you get out of here, you'll never think of me again.
That's crazy.
That when you're back with all your friends, you'll say, now what did I ever see in that Mrs. Quack-Quack?
I haven't got any friends.
Well, that's not true. Everyone's got friends.
No, not me. I get along just fine without them.
Does that mean you can get along without me? I consider myself one of your friends.
No. If they're all like you, it'd be different.
Peter? Have you ever kissed a girl?
Yeah, once.
That picture's crooked. Was she pretty?
What?
The girl that you kissed.
I don't know. I was blindfolded. It was at a party. You know, one of those kissing games.
Oh. Well, I don't suppose that really counts, does it?
They did it with me.
I've been kissed twice. Once a man I'd never seen before kissed me on the cheek when he picked me up off the ice and I was crying. The other one was Mr. Kupius, a friend of Father's. I wouldn't say those counted. Would you?
I wouldn't say so.
I know almost for certain Margot would never kiss anyone unless she was engaged. And I'm positive Mother never touched a man before Pim. But I don't know. Things are so different now. What do you think? Do you think a girl shouldn't kiss anyone except for if she's engaged? It's so hard to try to think what to do. And here we are with the whole world falling in about your ears. And you think, well, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And, well, what do you think?
I suppose it depends on the girl. Some girls, anything they do is wrong. But others, well, wouldn't necessarily be wrong with them. I've always thought there were two people.
It's 9 o'clock. I've got to go.
That's right.
Good night.
You don't let them stop you coming.
No. Sometime I'll look in my diary. There's a lot in there I'd like to talk over with you. There's a lot about you.
What kind of things?
Well, I wouldn't want you to see some of it. I thought you were nothing. Just the way you thought about me.
Did you change your mind? The way I changed my mind about you?
Well, you'll see. come in the middle of singing and making all our moves. Wednesday, the 2nd of July, 1981. The waiting seemed temporarily to be our friend. His prayer had some operation was short fast. His daughter was on the radio in the room. Mr. Van Zandt was a trip back and back to thinking and took him out of time to get it up. Everyone knows. Even so, Peter had gone this day. My daughter was in the house for himself, but he wasn't his friend. I can shake off everything from it. But now is the great question. Why did the way she went wrong? I want you so much. I want to go living with after my death. Another boyfriend came by, and now I'm 15. Already I know what I want. I have a goal, and I feel it.
There it goes again. The telephone, Mr. Frank, do you hear?
Yes, I hear.
But this is the 3rd time, Mr. Frank. The 3rd time in quick succession. It's a signal. I tell you, it's me trying to get us.
Please.
For some reason, she can't come to us, and she's trying to warn us of something.
Please, please. You're wasting your breath.
Something's happened. For 3 days now, Meek hasn't been to see us. And today, not a man has come to work. There hasn't been a sound in the building.
Perhaps it's Sunday. We may have lost track of the days.
You with the diary there, what day is it?
Well, I know exactly what day it is. I don't lose track of the days. It's Friday, the 4th of October.
Friday, not a man at work. I tell you, Mrs. Crowler said that's the only explanation. She's dead, and they closed down the building, and Meek's trying to tell us.
No, I told you no. I'll do nothing that might let anyone know we're up here. I think Mr. Frank's right. There's no need to tell us what's inside. You're wrong.
For God's sake, I ask you.
Please. I believe if we wait here patiently, quietly, that help will come.
No, I'm going down. Too late.
So we just wait up here until we die.
I can't stand it. I'll kill myself.
For God's sake, stop it!
I think you'd be glad if I did. I think you want me to die.
Whose fault is it we're up here? We could have been safe somewhere, America or Switzerland, but no. You wouldn't leave where I wanted to. You couldn't leave your things. You couldn't leave your precious furniture.
Don't touch me!
Look, Peter. Look, the sky. It's a lovely, lovely day. Aren't the clouds beautiful? You know what I do when I think I can't stay being cooped up here for one more minute? I think myself out. I think myself on the walk in the park where I used to go with Pim, where the jonquils and crocuses and violets go down the slopes. You know what the best part about thinking yourself out is? You can have it any way you like. You can have the roses and violets and chrysanthemums all blooming at the same time. You know, it's funny. I used to take it all for granted. But now I've gone crazy with everything to do with nature. Haven't you?
I've just gone crazy. I think if something doesn't happen soon, if we don't get out of here, I can't stand much more of it.
I wish you had a religion.
No thanks, not me.
Oh, I don't think you have to be Orthodox or anything, or believe in heaven and hell and purgatory. But just some religion. Just to have something to believe in. When I think of all that's out there, trees, flowers, and seagulls, when I think of the dearness of you, Peter, and the goodness of people we know, Mrs. Crowler, me, the vegetable man, all of them, risking their lives for us every day. When I think of these good things, I'm not afraid anymore. I find myself, and I find God, and I...
That's fine. What I'm going to think, I got Mack. Look at us. Hanging out for 2 years. Not able to move. Talking to your life. Waiting for them to come and get us. And all for what?
We're not the only people who've had to suffer. There have always been some people that have had to. Sometimes one race, sometimes another. And yet...
That doesn't make me feel any better.
I know it's terrible trying to have any faith at all. We have this doing such horrible... But you're right. Well, I think the world may be going through a phase. Like I was with Mother. It'll pass, maybe not for hundreds of years, but someday. Well, I still believe, in spite of everything, that people really are good at art.
I want to see something now. Not 1,000 years from now.
But Peter, if we just try to think of it all as a great pattern, well, we're just one little minute in life. Listen to us, going at each other like a couple of stupid grown-ups. Look at the sky now. Isn't it beautiful? You know, someday, when we're outside again, I'm going to...
For the past 2 years, we've lived in fear. Now we can live in hope.
I began to the country to find some food. When I came there, the block was surrounded by the tourists.
We made it our business to learn how they knew. What was the thief who told them.
It seems funny to say that anyone would be happy in the concentration camp. But anyone was happy in the camp in Holland where they first took us. After 2 years of being shut in these rooms, she was out in the fresh air and sunshine that she loved.
I don't know.
We knew the war was good. The British and Americans were sweeping through France. We felt sure they would get to us in time. September, we learned we were being shipped to Poland. The men to one camp, the women to another. I was sent to Auschwitz. They went to Baxt. In January, we were free. A few of us were left. The war wasn't yet over, and it took us a long time to get home. They sent us here and there, behind the lines, where it would be safe. Each time our train stopped at the side on a crossing, we'd get out and go from group to group. Where were you? Were you in Belsen? At Buchenwald? At Mauthausen? Isn't it possible you knew my wife? Did you ever see my husband? My son? My daughter? That is how I learned of my wife's death. Of Marlowe, of the Van Dams. But Anne, I still hope. Yesterday I went to Rotterdam. I heard a woman there. She'd been at Belson's band. I know now. She puts me to shame.